Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Got a fight to talk about. Carlos Condit versus Mickey Gall. This one's supposed to go down December 7th. UFC on ESPN 7. Right now, Carlos Condit is on a 5-fight losing streak and has only won 2 fights out of his last 10. So I think this is a crucial fight for him. He must get this win. Mickey Gall won his last fight, but before that one, he was stopped by Diego Sanchez. So a win over Carlos Condit, a seasoned vet like him, would definitely up his stock. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the fight. The natural-born killer Carlos Condit stands at 6'2" with a 75.5-inch reach. His style is a mixture of boxing, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has an MMA record of 30 wins, 13 losses. He's a true veteran of the sport. Condit was the former UFC interim welterweight champ, and he was also the WEC welterweight champ. Great fighter, really well-rounded, a killer. He's 35 years old, not necessarily old, but he's getting up there for MMA, and he's definitely been on a downslide. Mickey Gall is 6'2". He has a 74-inch reach. His style is heavily Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based. He does incorporate boxing and wrestling. His mixed martial arts record is 6 wins with 2 losses. Pretty young in his career in MMA. He's 27 years old. He's shown a lot of promise. There's a lot of room for improvement. Gall definitely has skill and potential, but he was pretty much outclassed by Diego Sanchez 2 fights ago. So how does Carlos Condit and Mickey Gall match up in the cage? Well, this is a tough fight to pick because prime Carlos Condit wins this fight hands down. But this is a case of a vet that's been on a downslide and an up-and-comer that the skills are probably not there yet, but since he's young and fresh, still on the up, he poses a real threat to the diminishing veteran. Like I said, Carlos Condit is 35 years old. That's not ancient, but in MMA years, that's getting up there, and Carlos has been in a lot of wars. Gall is definitely a lot fresher and he's younger. I think Carlos Condit is better in the grappling department, definitely striking, absolutely in the experience department. I still think Condit is pretty durable, and if you look at his losses, he's been losing to pretty legit guys. In that 5-fight losing streak, he lost to Robbie Lawler, former champion, contender, Damian Maia, contender, Neil Magny's good, Michael Chiesa. If you go back a little further, he lost to Tyron Woodley, former champion, Johnny Hendricks, former champion, George St. Pierre, and this is all within 10 fights, so he's fighting the top guys and really tough guys. Do I think Gall has what it takes right now to beat Carlos Condit? He might. It really depends on what Carlos Condit shows up. Carlos Condit of old that's a killer, or Carlos Condit of current years that's been on a downslide, seems to have lost his confidence a bit. Yeah, it really depends on which Carlos Condit shows up. I don't really see Mickey Gall submitting Carlos Condit. I don't see him knocking him out, but you never really know, especially at this point in Condit's career. I'm still going to give the veteran the benefit of the doubt and say that he's too much for Mickey Gall at this point, and I think he's going to break that losing streak and get the win over Gall. Not saying that Condit's going to finish Mickey Gall, he might just overwhelm him like Diego Sanchez did, but I think it's very possible that Condit wins a dominant decision. I guess we'll see what happens December 7th. The keys to victory for Gall, I would say get the fight to the ground, because even though Condit is really good on the ground, I think the gap is bigger on the feet between the two. So I would say for Gall, clinch up, try to get the fight to the mat ASAP. Push heavy grappling exchanges with Condit. Condit keys to victory, keep it on the feet. That's the easier path. If he grapples with Gall, I do think he can win on the mat also, but Mickey Gall is no slouch in grappling. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this fight. Do you think Carlos Condit is going to break that losing streak, or do you think the young lion is going to beat the old vet? Drop those opinions in the comment section. We'll love to read them. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, click like, share, consider subscribing. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next breakdown.